7 a.m. waking up in the morning, gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs, gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal, seeing everything that time is going, taking on and on, everybody's rushing, gotta get down to the bus stop, gotta catch my ride, I see my friends, sitting in the front seat, chilling in the back seat, gotta make my mind up, which seat can I take? It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, weekend, Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, weekend, partying, partying, yay, partying, partying, yay, fun, 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 looking forward to the weekend. 7:45. Cruising something, a one-time fly. Think of a friend, you know what it is.
Hello, Bays. Hope you're having a good Friday. Here's a cute and funny link by Dr. Lee Carter. Ayahia clap. 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 Ayahia clap.
Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, weekend, Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, weekend, partying, partying, yay, partying, partying, yay, fun, 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 looking forward to the weekend. Good motherfucking morning, motherfucking. Nice. Good motherfucking morning, ladies. Ladies. How are we all doing today, chat? How are we all doing today? We good? Chilling? Gucci gooch. Tamaguchi gooch. Scooch gooch. Pretty good. Of course, we're good. The wage cackery has stopped. For now. It's all weekend from here. Until the day who shall not be named. That is future. Future insert yourself problem. Not today. It is a beautiful day. Yes, it is indeed. And we are back in black, dark blue. Who can tell nowadays? For another episode of the God Gamer Show. Yeah. Why I only F's on Forsen stream? That's a good question. We're talking tech? We're talking tech? Or we're back on TV? Did I F is the question. I have no drop. Oh, never mind. I have drop frames. You are not wrong here, actually. For the first time in forever, I have a lot of drop frames right now. 7,600. Over the course of 14 minutes and 40 seconds. When did it happen roughly? How long ago? Oh, yeah, 6-7 minutes. Alright. Well, I haven't dropped any more. Since we notified the problem.
So hopefully it will be chill from here on out. Here on out. Here on out. Here on out. Oh wow, F again, you say, and I see it. I see it. I see it. I am actually dying. I am actually dying. It's in the yellow. Well, I mean, I can't do anything about this, I think. I think it's not on me. I think it's not on me. We'll see how it progresses. I am fucking dying. What is happening though? This is... What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? Let's see. Anything that's downloading somehow? That shouldn't even matter. And no. I don't see anything weird. I mean, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary, so it's probably just... Nah, it has nothing to do with the Minecraft seeds. It has nothing to do with the Minecraft seeds. I don't know though. Something is weird. It will probably fix itself, right? Clueless. I am full of clues. I'm full of clues. I'm full of clues. Alright. Let's see here. We got some Severonis. Beautiful people, I must say. Beautiful people. Some Severonis as well. Astrobeam, thank you. We got one Fuji with the 7 years actually. Right off the get-go. Oh shit, I can't say shit. Hello. Where am I? Who am I? Thank you. Here's your Quintress, sir. But no message. No message for the God Gamer. Actually, we says we. We. Alright. Tribe Man, thank you. Sir Poppers, welcome back. Florida Piker with 3 years. Serious sloth, he says. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's a very serious sloth. I've always with a tier 3, 134 months though. He says, what? Repeating, of course. Dino, XC, Gabden, thank you. We got Hallow Kennedy, Old Greg, Burnout, and Defts, Guitari. Very nice. Mysterious Comet, Pleasant Killerman, 27 months, thank you, Bruce. Alright, chat, what's happening in the world? What's happening? Bruce Willis' family preparing for the later stage of his battle with dementia. They plan to donate to brain science. His brain to science. To help. Future research into the disease. Okay, that's nice. Jackbox 12 announced. Oh shit. Here we go again. Here we go again. Resident Evil 9 just got a new free roguelike mode. Interesting. You're lagging really hard. Yeah. I've heard. Unfortunately. Papa is good now. We're still not letting her walk until it's 100%. I feel like she's going a little bit back and forth on it, which means that it's probably some sort of some what do you call it? Some impact related issue. PlayStation says it's going big on AI in all its development from PS6 onwards. Surely it will work well for them. Well, it can't work much worse. They're losing so much money on these studios that they're just pumping in hundreds of millions, and they just don't have any return. So if they can cut that by a lot, because let's face it, people are still gonna use AI. So if you're gonna use AI, you might as well go 100% all in, because as soon as you put that little disclaimer there saying AI has been used, there's no telling how much AI has been used anyway, right? Because they're not gonna give you a full report. That's not how it works. So you might as well blast it, crank that AI up to the max, all right? And reduce your fucking costs, and then if the game doesn't sell, then big deal, we didn't put much money into it. But they've been hit pretty hard with the recent, I don't know, Concord, Bungie, right? A lot of these games that don't really make it, they don't really survive. Marathon, yeah, that's what I said, Bungie. I didn't think that Marathon was bad. I think the market is just very like saturated, kind of. It's and I think they just put too much money into it, right? There's so much money that just goes to waste on nothing stuff. They lost 560 million from Bungie. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big fan of AI, but it's here, whether we like it or not, until EU steps in and bans it. Cope. Yeah. New woke game mixtape is out. Score 93 on Open Carry. High score game is here. I did see the game is like Life is Strange. Life is Strange vibes through the roof. David Attenborough's 100th B-Day. The Swedish president uses AI to get advice on how to run their country. The EU won't ban AI. We don't have a president in Sweden. We have a prime minister. Prime minister. Pentagon begins releasing new files on UFOs and says the public can draw its own conclusions. Of course the public can draw its own conclusions. Like what? This ain't 1984. 28 people arrested in peddling sting on a Disney cruise ship, Mr. Force. Disney cruise ship? Vad du heck man? Vad du heck man? Well, Alright, thank you, chat, for the new segment. Did you see Twitch new botting post? I didn't. What is that? Twitch new botting post? What does that mean? Mr. Distractoid. If they think you're botting, they cap your views. They cap your views? Cap your views to what? If you view bot, let's say you get 50,000 viewers and you normally have 5,000 viewers, they cap you to fucking what, 20,000, and then you still get away with it? I don't understand. They implement a system where it caps your viewers if they notice suspicious behavior. Yeah, but to what are they capping it? I don't understand. Based on historical records where they know you weren't botting. Okay, so they go back in time and see, okay, this is probably when it started. Right? Okay. I see what they're trying to do, but it doesn't, it's not completely fair, but it's also fair at the same time. All right, let me give you guys a little, let me show what I mean here. I'll give you a little paint. All right, so it's not completely fair what they're doing, because let's say that someone has 100 viewers here, right? They have 100 viewers, and then they get boosted to 1,000 viewers, right? So here's 1,000 viewers, right? You're saying that they go back before the bots and cap you at 100. That's what you're saying. But here at 1,000 viewers, it's not 900 bots. It's depending on the amount someone view bots you. You get out of these 900 new viewers, maybe 150 of them are actually real because they find you easy because of these 1,000 viewers, right? These 1,000 botted or 900 botted. So your actual view count is not 100. Your actual view count now, after having been botted for a while, might actually be something like 250, right? Because you gain new viewers by botting, right? Because you get pushed up the category. So capping at 100 historically is not really fair, but at the same time, if they botted themselves and they got these 150 new, then they can go fuck themselves, right? And they should be capped to lower number than they actually have watching them. However, that is not fair if this wasn't them view botting themselves. Then it's like it wasn't their fault and now they're capped at a thing. But again, I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy who says that if it looks like a duck and it sounds like a duck, it's most likely a fucking duck, right? If someone has been if a channel has been view botted for a long time, I don't watch Twitch anymore, I can't give you proper examples, but if a channel has been view botted for a long time, consistently, it's most likely the person behind it in one way or another, through a middleman or whatever, but they are aware, they have sanctioned it, yada yada yada, right? I want to be the guy who says that. I have been view botted by whatever his name is, the Shittersen guy, right? Shittersen, myself. But I have only been view botted to such an extent over the course of my 12 years on Twitch, I have maybe been viewbotted less than 30 days out of all those 12 years. 30 different streams I have been viewbotted to such an extent, right? So if something smells like a duck, if it sounds like a duck, if it looks like a fucking duck, it's most likely a fucking duck, you know. But there are, of course, the 1% exception where we have the shittersing guy who's like a real shitter, so to speak. So they should cap it. They should cap it, even though the real viewer count will probably be higher than the historical data because of the boost they got from viewbotting. But it's not like insane amounts of new viewers for a big thingy, because at the end of the day, if people aren't entertained, then, you know, they're not gonna watch your stream regardless of the numbers, right? It's like a lot of people start watching you because you have a high, you're high in a category, but yeah. You get it. You get it. Couldn't you make the case that viewer growth is exponential so someone could fake not being guilty of viewbotting by doing it as seldom as you? Growth is exponential so someone could fake not being guilty of viewbotting by doing it as seldom as you. Okay, I see your point, but here's the thing about Twitch streams, and this is something that Sodapoppy said a long time ago, and I agree with it. You are only as good as your last 2 streams as a streamer. People are very fast to forget if you ever did good stuff before, if your view count was high before. You're really only as good as your last 2 streams were as a streamer, right? So these things don't really work. If you get botted to 50k like 10 days in a row in 2 months, nothing has come out of that. Nothing. There's a new roguelike game mode for League. A lot of new roguelike game modes for games, huh? I watched Masan for months before I realized. Then you're fucking old as shit, dude. But yeah, but that's the thing. Back then, you didn't watch. You watched Masan, sure. You watched Masan before you realized it was a viewbot fiesta. But you also watched for the game. You didn't watch for the personality back then. If you wanted, like, Twitch, early Twitch like that was all about watching the game that you played. The personality shit came later. So you only watch for game, and then it didn't matter if someone was viewbotting or not. If this guy was actually, you know, in high rank, I don't remember what rank, but I mean most people were fucking legends, right? So I'm assuming he was legend too, of the streamers. You were there to learn from that specific deck or whatever. You didn't even need to have chat open back then. Alright, we got links, chat. We got links. B-Man, thank you. Sorry, Pride Friction. We got Emancius. Sorry, I read that. Don Overhaul. Dynamic and Benerf. Thank you for sub. I'm trying to find the first link. I found the first link. Okay. This fucking loop is driving me insane.
I baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and bam! You'll never be broke another day in your life, girl. Ow! 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 Throws the baby against the wall.
I mean, you want to know what God looks like? Hold your hand up. Come on. Look.
Take it! Take it! Take it! I'm going to say to you right now, you are gods.
Place it on another one's head. Fire!
I am spiritually lethal, brother.
Right.
Say after me, within me is a God-man. Say it again. Within me is a God-man.
Fucking retards, man.
But then the first words coming out of your spirit, do it faster. I said faster. I said faster. You can do it faster than that. If I had a gun in your ribs, you'd do it faster.
Charismatic quote, Christianity is the fastest growing religious movement. In 2020, there were 635 million charismatics representing every major quote denomination in the world. Therefore, anyone who promotes or engages in charismatic activity will be described as a charismatic regardless of what quote denomination he or she belongs to. At charismatic prayer meetings or churches, there is very little or no emphasis on correct doctrine. There is very little or no preaching about avoiding sin, hell, or God's judgment. Most charismatics are obsessed with signs and wonders. Typical occurrences at most charismatic churches or prayer meetings are emotional outbursts, shouting, dancing, playing irreverent music, or bizarre things like running around the quote church like it's an indoor track event.
Money is coming to you while you run.
Ah, fucking religion, man.
True nostalgia isn't the replication of a specific place or time, but of a feeling. It's those flashes of emotion that transport us back into memories that have long sat dormant. I was born too late to be a teenager in the 90s, and believe it or not, with this accent, I grew up thousands of miles away from the schools of Northern California. I've barely stepped on a skateboard outside of a few scraped knees in the summer of 2003, but none of that matters, and Mixtape knows this. Australian developer Beethoven and Dinosaur fills each and every moment of its coming-of-age tale with incredible music, perfectly hand-picked to set the tone for its free-flowing chapters in a way only nostalgia can. As original as it is reverential, it's a masterfully constructed dose of new memories hinged brilliantly on how they remind us of our own. The coming-of-age story is perhaps my favourite framework in all of fiction. That longing for a time I didn't live in and being given a chance to hang out with friends who never knew me are sensations I find myself coming back to often. This is far from the first video game to tackle the concept, of course, but it might just be the first one to have nailed a tonal balance that hits just right for me. I've tried to enjoy the Life is Strange series more than once, but I've just found its dialogue a little too corny for my liking to fully get.
Oh shit.
Mixtape, on the other hand, feels more rooted in how actual people talk and is all done for it.
Maybe
Sweet
Mixtape is
without
actually
being
something to
saccharine,
play.
thoughtful but never forced.
Not Life is Cringe.
Always funny.
Life is a little cringe.
Noise complaints.
Okay. The story centers on Stacey Rockford and her group of friends as they look to make the most of their last day together and reminisce about past adventures before she skips town to chase her dreams in New York. You aren't given choices here, but experience these fully formed characters' hijinks and heartaches, warts and all, and they feel all the more realistic for it. That's not to say their recollection of these adventures isn't laced with flights of fantasy though, as they've clearly been embellished in Rockford's mind, allowing each to be presented with lashings of style as if they were playable music videos. There's a great sense of spectacle later on that I wouldn't dare spoil, but I'm going to show you a couple of little clips here of the sort of thing you'll be getting up to earlier on, including like a trippy softball session and a police raid of a house party that you escape by hurtling downhill in a shopping cart. And these are all soundtracked by some brilliant songs, none of which I can sadly play for you here because YouTube won't like that, but trust me, the playlist is incredible.
5 FPS.
Fair.
It's clearly an artistic choice.
And music is kind of a big theme of Beethoven and Dinosaur's games. If you played their debut, The Artful Escape, you'd know that it used psychedelic.
I did play that game.
Tale of self-expression.
Actually.
Mixtape though is far more grounded.
Well, we played that game on stream. That was quite psychedelic indeed. That's actually pretty funny. There's a Darkwing Duck episode where they jump into this exact painting as well. Before your time.
Well, This is surreal.
Stop or I'll fire.
Hello? Oh my. Lady, please.
Oh, I'm gonna blast you.
Oh, shucks.
Pointillism, a technique of using individual dots of pigment which, taken together, make an image.
Oh, Quad.
I think when you go to the movies, you should learn something.
Me too. Very good. I get my strawberries. Nunchaku.
$50K. Use. Enjoy.
No more lame. No more. Feel strong, man.
I've actually never seen a subject with less information out there, I mean that. So I decided to look into it myself, and I'd like to share some of what I've learned so far while I try to kind of basically write up my findings. So, these things are pretty fascinating, believe it or not. They happen to be, I would say, the most forgotten weapons of all time. I mean, at least for something that was really once quite common. Look how thin that is. There's different kinds, as you can tell, right? I'm going to kind of scroll through a few. Everything except that first one are nice and old. These are all vintage. This was confiscated by a South Texas cop back in the 60s. So let me kind of give an overview on what I find interesting about these. One, they're real evocative of different times and places. Now, the one that people would kind of think of on their own, if they actually happen to recognize these, is kind of the 1930s to 60s, you know, American tough guy milieu. And they are very evocative of that. That's what they're really identified with, is that kind of thing. Back in the day, a black and white movie with Humphrey Bogart, somebody gets sapped, that means getting knocked out by one of these, that kind of thing. But their roots go way, way deeper than that, so I'd like to touch on that just a little bit. These have been favorites with cops and criminals for generations. 1800s, 1900s, and now today they're enjoying their retirement. So you can pick these up on eBay. See this one, this was carried for a long time. You can just tell, just by the fact that the strap is kind of warped to one side, that means somebody held that a lot. Probably a policeman, but you can't say for sure. And the other thing I really like is that to this day, from a weaponry perspective, there's still nothing quite like them. They're very strange. They were very effective, but they're also just real like improbable devices, as you'll see. So, what are they? That's a more complicated question than you'd think, but at heart, they are all small. Look at that. Flexible, weighted, the weight's there, impact weapons. These are essentially clubs small enough to fit in your pocket and still provide knockout power, which right away that makes them pretty unique. A flexible club sounds a little counterintuitive, that's weird. It's that tiny, that's weird, and that despite all that, it can put somebody's lights out. That's a little strange as well. Check this guy out. Yes, believe it or not, this is a weapon. You feel soft this is? It's not even leather, this one. I don't know what kind of material it is exactly. Not hard leather anyway. And yes, believe it or not, this was used to knock people out with. It feels like a plush toy. I mean, you could put your head on it and take a nap. I think it's filled with sand mostly. I believe it has a little bit of metal at the center. So, see that stitching, by the way? That brings up one of the other unique features about these things. All saps, blackjacks, and slingshots have a composite nature. They're made up of more than one thing, and because of that...
That makes sense. I wouldn't want to get hit by that.
How many APUs are operational?
13, sir.
Give me the one closest to gate 3.
I'll just say this as simple as I can. If it's our time to die, it's our time. All I ask is, if we have to give these bastards our lives, we give them hell before we do!
Well, unlucky. It just works.
無駄だろう。俺からは逃げられない。
なんなのよあいつ。今のままじゃ殺されちゃいそうね。町の人間どもは隠れちゃったけど、森や自然の動物は別よ。さあ来なさい、あんたたち。溜め込んだジュースを私に注いでちょうだい。
あの数、この町全体、いやもっと広範囲で血を集めていたならば、奴にとって血液は単なる食料ではないのか。これは早急に終わらせた方が良さそうだ。
待てこらー、俺との決着がまだついてねえぞ。
なんだあいつは。
口入った。ピッピッの野郎。あ、なんかうごめいて。えかいや
そこのお前、避難していろ。あの群れは意志を持っている。こちらに気づけばすぐ襲ってくるぞ。
マジでやべえじゃん。早く逃げよ。
Alright.
Saint Hilary said, "Bodies corrupted by lust are the dwelling places of devils. Pornography and masturbation are definitely mortal sins. We regret that we have to address these issues. However, due to the fact that we've received a high number of questions on these topics, they must be addressed. We must preach against these sins with some specificity, lest people perish in their ignorance. A mortal sin is something that destroys the state of justification, the state of grace. Those who die in the state of mortal sin will go to hell. It should be obvious to people that masturbation is a mortal sin. However, there is a way to prove it from the Bible. In 3 different places in the New Testament, St. Paul gives a list of various sins which will exclude a person from the kingdom of heaven. For example, in Galatians 5:19-21, he says, quote, "Adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, and some others." And he says that they who do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God, end quote. So much for the idea that all one has to do is believe to be saved, and he's talking to believers in these verses. Another instance where he lists various sins which will exclude a person from heaven comes in 1 Corinthians 6:9-11, and he says, "Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor the effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God," end quote. And again in Ephesians 5:5-8, quote, "For this ye know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man who is an idolater, hath any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and of God. Let no man deceive you with vain words," end quote. So St. Paul says clearly that these things are grave sins which will exclude a person from the kingdom of God. And he lists fornication, okay, which includes sexual acts outside of marriage. Not only sexual intercourse outside of marriage, but the sexual acts leading up to sexual intercourse. They are also acts of fornication. They are mortal sins. He lists adultery, drunkenness. There are many people out there getting drunk. That's a mortal.
How kind of Jesus to turn water into fucking wine then, right?
Getting it. What is the next logical step to take? Anime girls, of course!
Send those fuckers to hell.
The Moe Anime Girl Bubble Wrap Fidget Toy by Bandai started production and released in 2008. Now, you've seen the title of the video. It is a tsundere bubble wrap fidget toy. You might be asking, what is so special about this? It is just a toy that comes with a cute anime girl on the packaging? Not quite. It makes use of the sound system to portray a tsundere character as you pop more and more bubbles. Every 50 pops, you get a spoken line. It starts with... Next comes... After that we get... And finally, in the end, we get... That's nice, isn't it? That's a nice tsundere. I quite like that. But there's more! To up the moe factor of the toy, if you stop playing with it and leave it there, after 15 seconds, it plays a line pleading you to pick it up again. Moe, right? And if that voice sounds a little bit familiar, when we talk about tsunderes, of course we talk about Kogimiya Rie, who gave her voice to this character. Now, this is nice and all, but what if you don't like tsunderes? What if you prefer something else? Let's say a maid character, a childhood friend character, a little sister character? Yes, they did more than one version of the toy to widen their target audience of otaku. And of course, every character had their own lines. The childhood friend starts with... Next is... Afterwards... And lastly... If you leave her for 15 seconds, she says... And she is voiced by Kogimiya Rie. The maid starts with, follows with, next is, and her last line is, if you leave her for 15 seconds, she says, and she is voiced by Kogimiya Rie, the little sister.
Alright. Hello Kennedy, thank you man. Old Greg, Burnout, Deft's Guitar, Mysterious Comment, I read that. So, Dynamic, thank you. Don't Overhaul, Better, Snake and Agarica, Serial Link, and Danny Bro with the Prime sub. Aaron Infinite, welcome back as well.
Just running clock there. Elbow now from Will. By Roundtree. Oh, and now an elbow from Prohaska.
Oh my goodness. Khalil needs to grab.
Oh, spinning elbow.
2 minutes. Yuri Prohaska's pace.
Oh, beautiful. That'll do it. Yuri Prohaska rallies to knock out Roundtree Jr.
He created exactly what we said earlier.
Exactly.
When it looked pretty, Khalil was winning, but when he made it nasty, nobody can fight Yuri when it's nasty.
Unbelievable.
Wow, he flatlined him.
He created chaos, and he put him away. Exactly what you were saying he needed to avoid. Durable. This is part of it, the fact that he can put himself, look at that front kick to the body. There's a left hand. Right hand. Bam, there's a left hook. Bam, there's a right hand.
All those body shots, too. He changed the target, started beating Khalil to the body. It just pressured him and made him fight a fight that Khalil really couldn't fight in the third round.
There's an elbow there that landed. And Khalil's right in front of him. He just can't move. There's the right hand, there's the left hook. It just put him away. Wow. He is a one of one, ladies and gentlemen.
Nobody like this dude, man.
Nobody moves like him, and the power that he has allows him to do stuff like that, where he can wade into the fire.
And he's durable, so he can take shots.
So we might see Sakara stop. He thought about spinning there. That left hook just landed.
Robin with another big left, and now Bukowski's attacked. He's out.
That's
He's out. The Baltic Gladiator. The night started in style.
And he landed the back flip.
Stuck the landing.
Incredible.
Oh, you got to feel good about that one if you're Bukowskis. Everything that he went through, we talked about it, getting released from the UFC, having to go back to Cage Warriors, I believe, get the title back, come back in here. and now getting 2 in a row, 2 finishes, a submission and then a knockout.
Well,
he's showing progress.
He said to me that he was going to use a lot of
progress,
time, and that's precisely what he did. Got in the face, went forward. That left hook was landing all night long. And then from here, kind of like Sakata's kind of last fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely
like
shades
that.
of that.
Yeah, just standing there up against the fence, his own toughness really just keeping him on his feet. But you see, Bukauskas was actually able to put him out. You got to be impressed. I mean,
like UFC,
Ivo Aslan, as powerful
I have
as
nothing
he
against
wasn't
it.
able
I
to
just don't
actually
watch
really
it.
sit him down. And Modestas Bukauskas just putting on the pressure. Oh my God. And it all started really with that beautiful left hook, and he was going to that over and over again in that fight. And you saw Sakara stands real tall, and he must have seen that in some film study.
それではプロ野球の順位表です。セ・リーグは首位広島と2位阪神の現在1に縮まりました。パ・リーグ首位のオリックスは直近を今シーズン最多の14としています。
役男たちが子孫の繁栄を願って供え物を担いで練り歩く奇祭豊年祭りが愛知県小牧市の田形神社でありました。田形神社の豊年祭りは五穀豊穣と子孫の繁栄を願い、大きな供え物を神社に奉納する祭りで1200年の歴史があります。
What's going on, chat?
今日は午後2時から白装束を身にまとった役男およそ70人がみこしを担いで熊野神社を出発し、田形神社までおよそ800メートルを威勢のいい掛け声とともに1時間半かけて練り歩きました。樹齢およそ250年のヒノキから作られる供え物。
Penis-shaped mikoshi. I don't know what mikoshi is.
ニュースを続けます。ファンの女子高校生にわいせつな行為をしたとしてインディーズのバンドのメンバーが逮捕されました。警察の調べによりますと、
コスプレ姿で歓迎しました。今週末、名古屋でコスプレ世界一を決める大会が開かれるのを前に、各国の代表が名古屋市と愛知県のトップ2人を表敬訪問しました。河村名古屋市長が扮したのは大人気アニメ「ワンピースの登場キャラクターサンジ。世界20カ国の代表たちに名古屋の魅力をアピールしました。一方
What the fuck? What the fuck is happening, man? You motherfucker, you posted one more link. And I know that you heard me because I said it right before, and you put a fucking silent link, man. Enough is enough. Enough is enough, sir. It's done. It's done, and not just on Twitch. Alright. Chat, we have a little bit of a sponsor segment. We got a bunch of games to play today, but starting with a game that we have played before. That we're diving back in. Playing some more Active Matter. Haven't played a shooter in quite a while since all the Minecraft has been going on. So thank you very much to Gaijin Entertainment for sponsoring this segment of the stream. Alright. Dankeschön, muchas gracias. Spasiba. Alright, that's good.